Welcome to Spotlight on Schools. I'm Jennifer Edens. Lockhart Elementary is a school that maintains an established tradition and a culture based on high expectations and standards for success. In this episode, we will find out how the teachers and administration at Lockhart honor the school's rich history while always looking toward the future.
I'm Daniel Zoller, principal at Lockhart Elementary. Lockhart is a very, very special place. In the town of Knightdale, you can definitely tell the town has really taken Lockhart under its wing and really respects and relies on Lockhart to produce quality education day in and day out. Through the police force, through the community, through businesses, they always are super supportive. But I think they're supportive because at Lockhart we really do have a special place here. It has lots of culture, lots of history about just producing great results.
My name is Brian Quigley. I'm a second grade teacher here at Lockhart Elementary, and I really enjoy teaching second grade because the kids are finally learning a sense of independence. They're able to do tasks in the classroom on their own, and they really feed into that. They enjoy the fact that you give them some freedom that they don't get in first and kindergarten, but at the same time they just soak up the information, they love working, and they just love the fact that you give them a chance to learn on their own and be responsible for their own education.
I'm Candace Hudson, and I'm a second grade teacher here at Lockhart Elementary. And I've been here at Lockhart for 16 years, and I've taught second grade for 36 years. So, yeah. And reading is a huge focus here at Lockhart, and especially in second grade, because you have to be able to read to be successful in anything that you do. And in second grade, we feel very strongly that children need to be at grade level by the end of second grade because you are learning to read up until through second grade. And when you move on to third grade, you are then reading to learn. So it becomes a much different focus. And if you don't have the framework and the foundation in the early grades, it's just like a house on a foundation that will crumble if it's not there for the later grades. And so our children are developing a real joy and love of reading, and it's real exciting to watch.
My name is Dana Dedelich. I am the PBIS leader here at Lockhart Elementary School. At Lockhart Elementary, we show ROAR behavior. We are a positive behavior school, and what that means is that we are responsible for teaching children how to show ROAR at Lockhart. So ROAR stands for respect, order and safety, awesome attitude, and responsibility. We have taught all the students in the school how to show ROAR behavior throughout the school, in the hallways, in the cafeteria, at recess, in the bathrooms, throughout all universal areas, and in the classroom as well. We reward children who are doing the right thing. So children who are showing ROAR behavior are given tickets as they individually show ROAR behavior. Those tickets, they get to go to the school store once a week. And then we have class incentives as well. So classes that do the right thing and classes that are showing ROAR behavior get to have parties after they reach 25 class compliments or 50 class compliments.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Neely, and I am the art teacher here at Lockhart. I have been here for 30 plus years. I love this school. Over the years, I've seen so many changes. We've had changes in our building. We have new buildings, and we've torn down old buildings. Our staff has changed. Our administration has changed. It has just been a roller coaster ride, but I have loved it. I love the children. I am now teaching children of children that I taught years ago. And to live in this community and to see people every day that recognize me because I've been here so long, it's just a wonderful feeling. Yes, this is a wonderful place to be.
My name is Carlos Arcano, and I'm the English as a second language teacher at Lockhart Elementary School. At Lockhart, we provide a safe and inclusive learning environment for all English language learners. And our goal is to help students our goal is to help students to help them with the English language acquisition process through developing the listening, speaking, reading, writing skills. Also, the instruction is based on different factors such as classroom, academic performance in the mainstream classroom, and also the language proficiency levels.
I am Shannon Lacey Garner, and I'm the assistant principal at Lockhart. This is actually my third year at Lockhart as the assistant principal, and I used to teach here for 7 years before returning back to school. Lockhart has a partnership with the City of Raleigh Senior Corps. We have volunteers that come. This year we only have one. We used to have two, and they come and volunteer in the classroom, and they're about 55 and up. And they have goals that we set for them, and they work with our kindergartners on reading and math, and they typically identify a student at the beginning of the year when they do their initial assessments, and then they identify someone to work with that grandparent, and we call them foster grandparents, and they are there to assist with academics. And there are some guidelines. We can't have them cleaning up or holding children or the babysitting type things, but they have to be doing academics, and they have them in a lot of the public schools and some preschools. And at the end of the year they have a banquet with awards, and this year I was able to go to the banquet with Miss Lessie. So what we'll do next year is loop Miss Lessie up with the student that she's with so she can start on the first day of school, and then as kindergarten assesses and identifies students, we'll put her down with a student in kindergarten.
My name is Jeannie Carter, and I'm the guidance counselor here at Lockhart Elementary, and I have the privilege of working with all the kids. I work with K through 5, and I have 3 particular roles that I find myself in. One is I go in and I teach character lessons to the whole classroom groups, and this allows me to get to know the kids in their environment with the other students and introduces myself to them. So I do that throughout the year for all grade levels. I also function as a small group leader. So we will identify different activities that the children need help on, for example, organization, problem solving, impulse control, friendship skills. I'm working on test anxiety strategies right now for the upcoming EOGs. And then the third thing I do is work with students individually, students who are in crisis or students who are just having a temporary issue that they need help with. I don't serve as a therapist, so I usually work with them 4 or 5 different times. I am a resource for the parents. I work with a lot of parents on different things they can do to help their child at home, as well as provide resources for students who need outside school help as well. I help the teachers with students who are having problems, different things they can troubleshoot in the classroom. I serve as a liaison between parents and school oftentimes.
Well, my name is Miranda Draper. I am the Instructional Technology Facilitator here at Lockhart Elementary, and I am so excited to be here. This is my first year, and I am looking forward to seeing everything that students are doing with technology. It impacts every day because technology, there's not a job you can get without technology. And here at Lockhart, we are doing technology with the Media Center, in our classes, doing Common Core, anything like that. We have really tried our best to incorporate technology into any of our lessons, whether it be with the iPads, the laptops, our computer lab, any of that. We've really tried to incorporate that into all of our lessons. So if you will take your attention up on the board, the app that we will be using is called Telegami. It is the bottom left. It's the little blue button with the face.
I like that. Somebody took my ticket. What?
If something pops up, just click OK. From here, you want to create. Now, if you see somebody else's work, that's okay. If you press the reset, it's in the top left-hand button. It erases everything they've done, and you start over. Now, what you are supposed to do is record, change your background to your picture, and fiddle around with your character, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change my background, which is on the left-hand side. And I'm going to use my camera, which is in the top right-hand side. take a picture.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Now, she may look a little wonky at first, but I can fix her.
Why is she standing in the middle of a tornado?
From here, I can either move her around, or I can make her flat, fall, put her however I want her, adjust anything. You guys have got to fiddle around with this. If you guys are going to make her or him look like you want them to. You can change it from a girl to a boy by pressing the gender button. And then you guys can mess around with the body, the wardrobe, etc. Now, once you have your background, once you have your character like you want them, then I want you to record. In order to record, you're going to press the record button. Then this comes up. The circle is what will start the recording. As I'm recording on the iPad, it doesn't show up there, but it shows up right here. And I only have 30 seconds to record. So you have 30 seconds to say that. It will analyze your voice, then play it back to you. Okay? Now,
What if you can't get all 5 facts in there at once?
either talk really fast or take one of them out. It's your choice. Your microphone is at the bottom. Do not have your mouth on it like this because then it will have a bunch of in it. Out here is completely fine. So this is what you're doing today.
At Lockhart, we always look to reach every kid's needs, from the ones that's a struggling reader to the ones that are reading 4, 5, or 6th grade levels way beyond their actual grade they're in. We do that through multiple different ways of differentiating instruction. They're using Daily 5, lots of different reading programs, but really it goes back to the teachers. The teachers are the ones that are crafting their art each day to make sure they're building lesson plans that are well designed for each one of their students, just not the whole class.
Representing Lockhart as Teacher of the Year was really an eye-opening experience for me, very humbling at the same time, because there are some tremendous teachers at the school, and I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am if it wasn't for the teachers on my team, my administrators, and the rest of the teachers at this school. They really kind of gave me a strong foundation to follow and be an example. I observed many classrooms here to kind of get my foundation, what I need to do in my room to be successful. So the fact that they nominated me really means the work I put in was worth it, and the advice they gave me really, worked in my favor. So I'm very pleased and I'm very happy that I was able to represent Lockhart this year for Teacher of the Year.
The strength that I see in my students because of the focus in reading is that they are becoming more confident in themselves because they can read, they can pick up a book, they can learn just about anything they want to through reading. And it strengthens their math skills because they're able to do so much of the problem solving. Science, social studies, everything is based on that strength and joy of reading. And I will say that I've tried every program, every structure in 36 years that's come around the corner. But the one thing that I can say has sparked my kids' enthusiasm is the Daily 5 Cafe. and that is more of a structure than a program. And it's where you have very short mini lessons, because we've learned through the years that my standing out talking the whole time was not going to hold their attention, that a child's attention is measured by the number of minutes per year of age. So our little 7 or 8 year olds can really only hold their attention for 7 or 8 minutes. So you talk fast or are very animated. And so you do short mini lessons, and then the children are allowed to work into different groups. And you work on comprehension, fluency, accuracy, vocabulary. And the biggest reason that's been a help is that children have been able to have a choice in what they read. We spend a lot of time at the beginning getting them to learn how to choose just right books that are the right fit for them. And then you work on them individually or in small groups on the skills and strategies that they need, not just because this is our little round robin reading group. And the choice factor has made a huge difference. And I've seen children soar in their reading, and it's just amazing to see, and they love it. They will pick up a book and read every second that they get a chance. And research has shown that they need to be reading at least independently, at least 90 minutes during their school day, and that's not counting their direct instructional time. So it's important to get them independent and off to that strong start. And I think we're doing that here at Lockhart. It's a great place.
Well, when I see people in the community and they have said that their children have been to Lockhart or they themselves went to Lockhart years ago, they always have positive things to say. And I think that's a wonderful reflection on the staff that has been here through the years and the way we treat the children. I do think they have a really, really positive attitude about Lockhart, and people in the community seem to feel that Lockhart is a nice school and a good place that they would like to send their children.
The students are pretty aware of the culture, their parents' culture, and they have blended the American culture and their parent culture very well. They can really talk about it, they feel proud about it, and they're always eager to learn more, especially the similarities and differences that a culture can present to them. So, yeah. Because I see how the students make progress. I see how the parents eventually get involved at school. They get to know more what they can do. So I think they learn at the same time the kids are learning. So I think the community is becoming stronger. Parents are more into the events that we are providing. So there's that barrier that we used to have in the years before. It's becoming thinner, I would say, because parents are they're aware of what's going on here at school. And now we also offer interpreters, so there's no reason for them not to participate or come or be part of school because they don't speak the language.
I think Lockhart right now, coming up for the next couple of years, we're going to continue to explore that partnership with parents. We're bringing in a big consulting group to really work with building. So instead of saying like read for 30 minutes at home, which is what you hear in standard every school, we're actually going to be doing like teacher workshops and parent workshops where we're going to give the parents the skills to do real specific skill work at home, give them all the materials, and we're actually going to be setting like student goals. And parents will come back every 60 days just to check in to say, how's my child doing now with all the work I'm doing here and work at home? And we think it's going to make a huge difference.
It is evident that teachers, students, and parents have a strong connection to Lockhart Elementary, and for good reason. The focus on learning, framed by a warm and friendly environment, make Lockhart a truly special and successful school.